Wacky Worm. Located at the pleasant Pattaya Sheep Farm, this classic Wacky Worm offers a nice coaster credit to anyone who decides to stop by. But besides being my wife's current favorite roller coaster, is Wacky Worm and Pattaya Sheep Farm really worth a stop? Find out in this review. Pattaya Sheep Farm is the largest sheep farm in Thailand. Located about 30 minutes from the beach, it may be out of your way if you're driving from Bangkok. But if you're driving from the eastern side of Thailand, it will likely be on your way. Pattaya Sheep Farm also opens at 8:30, so you can easily hit up the farm before enjoying a nice long day at the beach. Admission to Pattaya Sheep Farm is only 50 baht, or $1.50, as upsell charges is where they make the bulk of their money. 1. The bird show is upsold to you when you purchase your ticket. This is a nice, cheesy bird show for the family, but isn't a must-see attraction. Additional activities you can pay for include riding in a carriage, riding on a horse, riding in a paddle boat, and of course, getting food to feed the animals. Walking through the animal exhibits, along with petting the animals, is included with the price of admission. So, if you'd like to see and touch some nice farm animals, this is the place for you. There also is a storybook land that is nice for the family and a great photo op area. Although not as nice as Dreamworld's, walking through these classic storybooks is always enjoyable for any family. Then, of course, there are the rides. The Ferris wheel is, sadly, not being used at the moment, which leaves the Spinning Starship ride, complete with Star Wars-like themes, and Wacky Worm as the only two rides. Both rides cost 50 baht, and they will gladly sell you a ticket even if you're just an adult without a child, like me. Although I prefer unlimited wristband rides, 50 baht a ride is more than reasonable for anyone to get their fill of riding Wacky Worm. Now, on to Wacky Worm. Despite being a common kiddie coaster, I haven't actually seen one of these that I can remember, so it was rather enjoyable to be able to ride it. The train cars tilt a bit side to side, which was by far the most enjoyable aspect, along with the relatively low clearance that made for some nice head choppers. After being dispatched from the station, Wacky Worm turns around with some track above you, creating a tight space that, for adults, makes one think that they just might hit their head. Then, as a powered roller coaster, Wacky Worm slowly climbs up the hill to go through a giant heart. As you reach the top, you get a nice turnaround that gives you a little bit of rocking as you get used to being so high up, which is followed by a slightly downward straightaway to give you a little bit of speed, before cresting over a small hill. Since the train is powered, the hill doesn't offer any type of airtime other than the slight jerking of the cars back and forth. Then, Wacky Worm turns around up high one last time before plunging down a not very steep drop at a controlled speed. Despite the drop being very tame, the final turnaround is taken at enough speed that the rocking back and forth of the cars is enjoyable, and by far my favorite part of the ride. Wacky Worms seem to normally do about 3 or 4 laps around the track with each run, so you got to enjoy this kiddie coaster a couple of times. Plus, the view of the water while riding the coaster is nice. Not pristine and beautiful like one could hope, but nice. Ultimately, Wacky Worm ranks below most other kiddie coasters that I have ridden, with me placing it beneath Fiesta Texas's Streamliner coaster. The lack of any truly standout or memorable elements hurts Wacky Worm, as I normally find at least one such element on most kiddie coasters. As previously mentioned, this is currently my wife's favorite roller coaster, as she prefers the calmer and slower paced coasters. As for Pattaya Sheep Farm, I honestly wish more places like this existed to visit in the United States. It offers a great mix of animals, theming, and a coaster credit in Wacky Worm. Unless you have young children who can enjoy all of the various attractions, Pattaya Sheep Farm is likely only about a 2-hour stop. There's a bit to see and do with a great down on the farm charm that I loved. What are your thoughts on Wacky Worms? Do you agree with my wife that it is one of the best coasters in the world? Or do you think it is just a cute but tame coaster? Let us know. And as always, Kapkun Krap.